So if you have been following my videos for some time now, you know that we have been talking about automation lately, right? But this time around, I'm going to show you step by step how to start building your first automation with AI and how to get it done with as little money as possible. In today's video, we will be covering who should do this, how to get started, and which software you need. Also, I will teach you the process from ideation to launch, and how long it takes, how much it costs, and what kind of profits you can make from automation. So let's dive straight into it. Okay, so if you are new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Noah. I'm a full-time content creator, part-time e-commerce entrepreneur, and on this channel we talk all things about finance, tech, and AI. So if that sounds like something you're into, make sure to hit subscribe and turn notifications on so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And just before we continue on, okay? So when it comes to building an automation with AI, there are two types of people that can benefit from it. The first group of people are those who want to build their own automation from scratch, but simply don't have the technical knowledge to do so, or they don't have the patience to learn how to code in order to set one up. This is definitely the group that this video is aimed at, because I'm going to be showing you how to build an automation without having to code at all. The second type of person that could benefit from automations are those who already have some sort of technical knowledge, but just don't have the time to sit down and actually go through with building the automation themselves. In this case, you could hire someone on Fiverr or Upwork to do it for you. But regardless of which category you fall under, this video will still help you understand the process so you know whether or not this is something you even want to do. And let me tell you, I really do think that everyone should have at least one automation running because they produce passive income over time, and the more automations you have, the more passive income streams you create for yourself. So when it comes to choosing software to build your automation, there are three main options that you have. Option number one is to use Integromat, which is a completely free tool to build your automation with, but I've had quite a few issues with it in the past, so I would really recommend it unless you want to spend a lot of time troubleshooting. The second option is to use Zapier, which has both a free plan and paid plans, starting at $200 per month. And finally, the last option is to use Make.com, which is a free tool with some limitations, and also has paid plans starting at €9 per month. If you do decide to go with Make.com, which is what I'll be doing in this video, you can click the link in the description box below to sign up for a free account. Okay, so once you have signed up for your account, you should be greeted with a dashboard that looks similar to this. And your first step would be to come up here to where it says Create a New Scenario, and click on the drop-down menu to choose between a template or a direct connection. If you're following along with me, you should choose a template. But if you already have your own product or Shopify store, you can connect it directly to Make.com. For this example, I'm going to be using the eBay to Shopify template, since I have been getting a lot of requests to make a video on how to set up an automation that connects eBay to Shopify. Okay, so once you've connected your eBay account, you should see that your modules are ready to be edited. What you're looking at essentially is a flowchart where each shape represents a module that Make.com has created for you to customize based on your needs. So these are essentially pre-built functions that are easily drag and droppable. Now, depending on the template you choose, your modules might look different, but they should all be relatively simple to understand. So for my first step, I want to look for anything that has to do with eBay listings. So I'm going to drag this module over to my workspace. And what this module does is basically allows you to search eBay for a specific item. From here you can edit the query that is being run so you can change the keywords to whatever you want. And you can also filter results by different criteria such as location, price, etc. Now for my next step, I want to look for anything that has to do with webhooks, because this is how Make.com will be notified when an order is placed on eBay for the item we just searched for. So I'm going to drag this module over to my workspace as well, and you can see that it automatically connects to the previous module that we just worked on. Now, I need to specify what happens when the webhook is triggered. So I'm going to double-click on this module to edit the settings. And for this example, I'm going to tell it to just send me an email notification whenever a new order comes in. Now you can go ahead and test this by placing an order on your eBay listing. But I'm going to skip that step because I really don't feel like waiting 30 minutes for this thing to update. And honestly, guys, you should really try to avoid testing your automations as much as possible, because every time you test it, it could introduce bugs into your system that could cause issues further down the line. Okay, so moving on to the next step, you want to go ahead and create a new empty workspace and drag over all the modules that you need to fulfill the order, such as the one that sends you an email notification and any other modules that will actually go ahead and fulfill the order, like for example, sending you a message on Discord, updating a Google spreadsheet, etc. You can pretty much do anything you want in this step, but for this example, I'm just going to send myself a Discord message. Now the reason why I'm setting up all of this bids is because I want to go ahead and create a trigger that will tell me whenever a new order comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and connect all these modules to the webhook module we used earlier, and then I'm going to drag the email notification over to the end of my workflow, so it gets sent whenever a new order comes in. You can see that Make.com has also generated some sample data for us to work with. But we can go ahead and delete that and then save our changes. We can go ahead and give our automation a name and then publish it. As far as how long it takes to build an automation, it all depends on your technical knowledge and how much time you have to dedicate to it. If you're following along exactly as you should be able to finish within half an hour. But if you're trying to build something completely custom, it could take you a couple of hours. When it comes to how much an automation costs, it really all depends on which software you decide to go with. And if you decide to hire someone else to do it for you, as I mentioned earlier, there are plenty of people on Fiverr and Upwork who offer automation services at affordable rates. So you could always go that route. In terms of how much profit you can expect to make from an automation, it again depends on many different factors. But as long as you're selling something that makes a profit, you should be able to make at least $100 per month from each automation that you build. I hope this video has helped you understand the process of building an automation, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video and comment below to let me know what you think. I also have a lot more videos coming up on how to set up different automations, so make sure to hit subscribe and turn notifications on so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.